Hello guys, welcome back to the new video. So in this video, we're gonna make this awesome digital agency website using Elementor and the WordPress. So without wasting any time, let me show the demonstration of the website which we're gonna make in this video. So you can see that here we have this Virex digital website, and here you can see we have this header which is always sticky at the top like this. So whenever you try to scroll below, then this part of the header will always take at the top like this. And also you can see that we have this hover on these menus. So we have this about, services, project, pricing, testimonial, contact. Okay, and also we have this let's talk button. Also you can see that here you can see that we have grow your business faster, we provide better. Okay, so this is changing with this cool animation. So I will show you how we're gonna make this. Okay, so let me refresh this website once and I will show you all the animations in the website. So you can see that after refreshing, so let me show you that after refreshing you can see that we have this beautiful animation here, and also you can see that we have this type of layout. So this is our main hero section, and behind we have this gradient color. Okay, so you can see that we have this white and purple shade, and here we have let's talk, our projects, btn. So I will show you how you're going to make this type of button with this hover effect. Okay, and you can see here we have this type of layout. Also we have the animation here also. So let me show you that when I go, you can see there are smooth animations. Here we have this video, you can put a video link here. Here we have this type of layout. Also you can see that we have this slider. So you can see that when you hover on this, it will pause like this, and when you remove the mouse, it will start scrolling. So I will show you how you're gonna build this also. So we're gonna use some gsap and css for making this. Okay, because I will show you step by step how to integrate this type of slider in your WordPress websites using Elementor. So you can see that here we have this type of about us section. So you can see that here we have let's talk, here we have this type of layout, here we have this type of layout, and very simple and beautiful layout, very looking modern. So we have also animations here. So let me show you the animations again, and animations are okay. So you can see when I scroll below, you can see we have this cool animation like this, and this is looking really amazing. And you can see at the header also we have the sticky header which is always sticky. Here we have let's talk btr also. Okay, so let's go below. Here we have our clients and partners, so you can show your all your clients here like this. So right now I have these logos only, but you can show all your client logos when you make real website for clients or someone. So you can add this type of logo slider here, so you can see. So let's go below. Here we have grow your business services. So we have this type of layout. Here we can see we have the gradient color which is in the center. So here we are using the linear gradient. Also we can use the radial gradient. I think this is the radial gradient which is coming from the center. So I will show you how you're gonna put this type of gradient effect in your website. Here we have this type of services option. Also I think we have the animations here. So let me show you the animations again, because I really like simple animation. And if you want to make the animations little bit smarter, faster, so you can use the gsap, that is very powerful. Okay, so you can see we have this type of layout. So let's go below. Here we have our past projects. So we are showcasing our project. If we have recently made, we have see all projects are there. Here we have this beautiful button, all of these layouts are there. Okay, also we have this slider, not a slider, we have this slide coming from left and right. So let me show you again if this is missed. If I go below, you can see, let's go below again, and you can see we have these beautiful slides coming here like this. Also we have this, then we have this. Okay, so I will show you how you're going to build this type of awesome layout. So let's go below. Here we have this type of simple. You can see we have let's get in touch, we have this type of layout. So this is a very simple CTA section, but you can, so I will show you how to build this type of awesome CTA section. Here we can see we have the hover effect on this button. So let's go below. Here you can see we have this our pricing and plan section. So you can see here we have this monthly, yearly plan. So when you click on the monthly, it will give you all the monthly plan available, and you can just click on this. So you can see all of this information. So you can fully change according to your content. You can fully customize the design and the layout. I will show you step by step. If you are new to our channel, please like and share our videos and subscribe to the channel. We regularly make this type of awesome tutorials. Okay, so let's get back to the video. Here you can see we have the yearly plan. So when you click on the monthly, it will have the monthly, and when you click on the yearly, it will show you the monthly plan, monthly and yearly plan like this. Okay, so you can change this content according to you. So I will show you how to you make this. So after that, you can see if you want some custom plan, you can just book a call here with us. It will redirect to some page or some booking plugin. Okay, this is fully customizable website. You can extend further. So here you can see we have the client. Okay, so these are the team section. Work together. Here we have the team sections. Okay, so you can showcase all your team members here like this. Okay, so right now I have the dummy, but you can see the layouts are looking really modern and beautiful, yet simple, but they are modern. You can see here we can click on the view all members, so it will go to the team section. Here you can see we have the client feedback section. So this is the testimonial section where you can showcase all your feedback like this. So right now I have this dummy feedbacks, but you can put your real feedbacks here. Okay, and this is also a slider. So I will show you how you're gonna make this type of awesome slider by using the Elementor. Okay, so you can fully customize whatever design you want to make. This is fully working. Then at last you can see we have our blocks. So right now I have the dummy blocks, so you can just put your own blocks. Okay, here you can see all of these blocks are there. We have this driver layout. So when we hover on this image, we have this hover effect like this. Also you can see we have the learn more button. All of these things sections are there. Okay, then you can see we have the let's talk footer section. This also have animation. So let me show you the animations again quickly for all the website. So you can see if we go below, you can see this is copy, and we have this fully working website like this. If I go below step by step, you can see all of these websites sections, and you can see how fast the animations are. So always keep the animation. So you can see the footer animation, it is coming from the top, it is coming from the below. Here we have the gallery. You can put this type of gallery also of your agency. Okay, so I will show you how you're going to build this awesome website. Also here you can see we have the scroll to top button. If I click on this button, it will take you to the top of the section like this. Okay, and let's go to the mobile responsiveness. So you can see this website is fully responsive for the smaller screens also. You can see, so let me show you that this website have the animations also which are working in the smaller screens. You can see the animations are fully working. You can see all of this section. You can also pause it on this also. Okay, and here you can see all of these sections are fully responsive. So let's go below and I will show you one by one. You can see these logos are also working. You can also show two logos here. I will show you how. Then you can see all of this fully responsive section step by step. So let's go below. You can see all of these animations are fully working. Okay, here you can see we have this section, CT section. Here we have the monthly and yearly plan. So you can see like this, monthly and yearly plan. Okay, you can just customize according to you. Here we have work together section. Okay, here like this. Also you can see we have the client feedback. So here also we can have the slider here, so this can slide. Okay, here we have our articles. So all of these sections are there. Here we have the footer section which is fully responsive. Okay, like this. Also the scroll to top button will work here also. So when you click, it will go to the top of the website like this. Also you can see we have this mobile menu. So here you can see all of these menus. So right now I don't have link this menus, but I will show you how to link this to the specific section also. So right now we don't have link, but you can see this toggle button is also working. So let's go below. And here, okay, so you can see all of the fully website. So we're gonna build this whole website from step by step. We are not gonna import any premier template like other YouTuber where they just came and import the template and make the website. We don't do this type of stuff in our tutorials. So if you want to learn how to make this type of awesome website step by step from scratch, so this channel is for you. Like and share our video with your friends, subscribe to the channel. Also I will give you all of these images in the video description, so you can follow along with me step by step. Also you can buy this kit from the video description. All the links are in the video description. Do check it out. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's start the video and we're gonna build this whole website from start. So for making this website, I have installed a fresh WordPress installation. So let me show you all the themes and the plugin which are required for making this. So let's go to the appearance and I will show you for the theme. So for the theme, we are gonna using the Hello Elementor theme, which is the official Elementor theme. And let's go to the plugins option, and in the plugins you can see we have the Elementor and its pro version. Okay, so we are using this plugin. Also we sell the Elementor Pro. If you want to buy the Elementor Pro, all the links are in the video description to check it out. Okay, so let's go to the media and I will give you, so you can see in the media I have these images. So I will give you all of these images in the video description which are required for making the website, so you can follow along with me. Okay, and after that let's go to the, wait a minute. Okay, so after that what we have to do, we have to just make a new page. So I have already made a new page like this. So you have to just make a new page and make it template like Elementor and all. Let's go to the settings, go to the reading option, and here you can see you have the option for the static page. Just choose the home and do the export and save the changes. Okay, after that you will be ready to make the website. So now we can Okay, you have to do one more thing. Go to the Elementor, go to the settings, and here you have to disable this option, disable default color, disable default font. So it will take the fonts whatever you make in the Elementor theme. Okay, so now let's go to the pages, all pages, and here we're gonna go to the edit option and we're gonna open in a new tab. Okay, here you can see you have to just choose the Elementor full width when you are making new page, and just click on this edit with Elementor. Okay, so we're gonna replicate this whole design. So you can see we have this. So first we need the colors and also we need the fonts. So I'm gonna make everything global. I'm gonna also show you how to make this. So for this I'm gonna refer back to my old video, means this website. I will open that and I will do exactly what I've done here. Okay, because I don't remember that. I remember, but for making the video faster I will do that. Okay, so I will explain all the steps, don't worry. Then after that you have to go to this theme site settings and you will find the global colors. So let me choose the global colors from here. So for that we're gonna go to this extension. Okay, so we can also choose the extension. Okay, so let's choose this color picker, and here we're gonna pick this color. So let's pick this color, and this is this color. Now we can go here and here we can enter this color, theme purple. Okay, this is not copied. Now let's try to copy this here. Okay, theme purple is copied. Now we have to choose the black color. So for that we're gonna again go to this color picker tool. Here pick a color and here we're gonna choose this black color. Okay, and here we can write theme black, and here we can just make this black. Okay, also you can see we have the gradient color, so we're gonna choose that. After that here you can see we can choose this color. This is the beige color, so we can just go here and we can just click on this, and here we can just click on this, and here we can write theme beige, and here we can just add it. Okay, let's save the changes. Then after that let's get back and here we can go here. So okay, also I think we need the fonts. So for the fonts let me check. This is the Anton fonts and this is the Poppins font I am using. Okay, so I think so we can use this. So let me go to the fonts ninja. I'm gonna see which fonts I'm using. So analyzing fonts, you can use this font ninja plugin to analyze all these fonts. Okay, so you can see this is Anton and this is Urbanist. Okay, so we're gonna using two fonts here. So let's go to the theme builder again, site settings. Here we have to go to the global fonts, and here for the primary fonts we're gonna use the Anton. Okay, and for the secondary fonts also we're gonna use the Anton. And for the text we're gonna use Urbanist. Okay, and here also we're gonna use Urbanist. Okay, then after that we can save the changes. Then after that let's go below. Here you can see the typography. Here in the body we also gonna use the Urbanist. Okay, and for the links also we're gonna use the Urbanist. Okay, and here you can see we have the H1. For the H1 we're gonna use the Anton. Okay, for the H2 also we're gonna use the Anton. For the H3 also we're gonna use the Anton. Okay, and for the H4 also we're gonna use the Anton font. For the H5 we're gonna use the Anton, and for X6 also we're gonna use the Anton. Okay, let's save the changes. Then after that let's get back and here we're gonna go here. Okay, then after that we have to just refresh this. So let's refresh this again and we're gonna build this. Okay, so you can see this is looking good. So let me go here and you can see we are ready to build this. Let's close everything. Got it, bro. Here you can see first we have to make this hero section. So for making this we're gonna need this hero section. Okay, so here you can see we can name this section, like we can name this hero, and here you can see we can make this 1300 max width. Here we can remove all of this padding, add 80 pixel to the top, 80 pixel to the bottom. Okay, just try for now. So now you can see we want this gradient color. So let's go to the hero, go to this. Here we'll find gradient, and here we can set this gradient color. So let me first set the white color. Okay, and then we can set this the theme BG, or we can set this theme purple, and we're gonna choose the gradient one here like this. Okay, so this is done. Now you can see we have this heading, so we're gonna search for here animated headline. This is a part of the Elementor Pro, so you can just click on this. So here you can see we have to copy this, grow your business. Here we can write grow your business, and here you can see bigger, faster, smarter. So we can choose this headline. Okay, here you will see rotating text, and here you can see we can choose flip. Here there are so many options. You can just go here and choose whatever you want. You can see drop in options are there. Okay, so all of these options are there, but we're gonna choose the flip option. Okay, like this. Here this is already done. We provide is the last text, so after text we can write we provide. Okay, now we can go here, and here in the text we can just make this 500, make this uppercase. Okay, and here also we can make this theme black. Okay, let's increase the font size of this. So let's increase the font size 65, and here for the animated text we're gonna use this purple. Okay, let's increase the font size more. We're gonna use 70. Okay, now let's go to the this custom, and here we're gonna just make this like this. Go here, make everything in the center. Okay, like this. This is done. You can just increase the font of this more according to you, 75. Okay, and here also we can increase this 55. Okay, this is good. Now let's save this, and you can also go here and view the page. You can also preview this from here. Just click on this. You can preview everything whatever you are making live. Okay, then you can see we have this text, so we can just go here, and here we can drag and drop this. Okay, and here also you can increase the font size. Okay, here you can just make this secondary. Here you can see we have the custom, and here we can just make this. Then you can see we have this button, so we can just drag and drop this here. Okay, and we can just make this here, and here you can see we have the button option. Then you can see we have the let's talk, so we can just go here, let's talk, and here you can see just go to the icon library. Here you will find this arrow. Okay, like this. Here you can see we have the theme purple. Here we have the background 15, and this will be 30. Okay, then here we can make this, and here we can make this 600. Also we can make this uppercase. Okay, we can make this smaller. Okay, then what we can do, we can just duplicate this. Here you can see we can name this like a DTN box. Okay, then we can make everything in the center. Okay, and here you can see we can give this our projects. Okay, and here you can just give this black color, and this, let's remove this background. Border color we can give, like we can give this purple. Okay, after that we can just go here, and on hover this is going to this color, so we can just choose this color. Here also we can make this white, so you can see also the watercolor are there, simple. Hover animation we can choose so many. We have with wow animation, also we can choose the wow animation here. So let's go below here, go to the bob animation. So this is working. Now let's publish. Okay, now we're gonna make this. So for making this we're gonna again add a new container here. Let's add a container here, and let's make it below. Okay, this is inside this. We don't want this inside like this. You can use Okay, so here we can write grades 3, whatever you want to write, just keep remember. You can see now we have to make this type of layout. So first you can see we have the grids. Okay, so grid 3, so now we have to choose the grid. Okay, drag and drop this inside. Here we're gonna need 3 by 1. Here you can see we have this. Now we can just remove all of these paddings. Now we can add a container. Here we can write 30. Now let's make this fully white. Okay, here you can see we can add an icon here, so let's add the icon and we can choose upload SVG. So you can just upload the SVG here. Let's choose this. I will give you all of these SVGs also in the video description. All of these images are for free. You can just follow along with me step by step. Okay, this is the arrow. So we can just make this. So first we're gonna make this flex box. So you can take this box, just go here layout, and here you can make this the flex box. Okay, like this. So when you click on this, now you can align this like here align, and you can just increase the size of this like this. Now you can see we want the divider, so you can just add the divider below. Okay, just move the gap. Here also we can make this. Here we can make this little bit transparent. Okay, then we have the lorem ipsum again, so we can just copy the lorem ipsum from the top. So once you made, copy it everywhere. So make it full width. Here also make this a line. Here let's make it a little bit smaller. Okay, and here we can just make like this. Also we can just go here, and here we can see we can put the gap of 10. Now you can see we have this. So for this we're gonna use the so here you can see we have this section. For making this, what we can do, we can just add a container here. Okay, and here you can see we have this image. So first let's add this image, then we can choose any, like you can choose this, and here you have to make this circle. So we can go to the advanced mask. Here you will find the circle option. Okay, now we can go to the layout, and here we can just make it custom like this. Okay, now we can add a container. Here you can see we have the client. Okay, here like this. Okay, here we can increase this little bit like this. Now we can see here we can add this. Okay, here we can name this David, Robert, so whatever name you want, you just give it. Here you can also change your font. Suppose I want to use this font, you can just make it. Okay, we can just duplicate this, and here we can write co-founder, and here you can see we have this text color, and we can just go here and we can increase the size of this. Okay, here we can also keep the text. Then you can see we have this, and here we can make everything smaller and like this. Okay, so this is looking good, I think. So this is done. Also you can see we can make this bigger. So we can have this box here, and here we can just put at the top, we can use 60, and for the bottom also we can use the 60. Okay, like this. Let's increase the size of this also. Okay, like this. This is done. Let's publish this once. Now we can go to the here, and we can add a new container. So this will add the new container inside, and just drag and drop this like this. Here also we can name this box too. Okay, here we can make this fully black color. Remove all of this padding. Just add an image, and we can choose the image like this image. So I think I have this image. Okay, like this. Now we can just make this ear, and we can just make this like this. Okay, like this. Okay, here you can see we have the grid 3, and we can just make it like this, so it will have some distance. Okay, like this. Then you can see we have these gaps between this, so we can just click on this grid layout, and here you can see we have the grid gaps. Make it 0, it will have the 0. Let's save, publish. Now you can see we have this, so this is very easy. What you have to do, just go to the grid, add a new container inside this, and here you can see we have the box 3. Okay, now we have to just click on this box 3, go to this classic, and here you will find this image. So let me choose this image, and whatever you want to do here, you can make this center, make it cover, so it will be like this. Now we can add a icon, so we can search for the icon here. Yeah. Okay, let's make everything in the center. Okay, and here we can make this play button. Okay, so you can choose any button or any designs here. We can just increase the font size. Okay, like this. So this is looking good. I think this has the white color, so for the white, let me remove this. Okay, let's add this icon again. Okay, so we have to choose another icon for this. I think you can use the play, and we can choose this default one. Okay, now we can choose the stacked here. Okay, you can see now we can choose the primary color. I think this is the purple one. Okay, this is looking good, and here we can make this white. Just increase the size according to you. Okay, we can use the size 25, and here we can increase the okay, and also on the hover we can make this white, and we can make this purple, and hover animation will be group whatever animation you want to add, like this. So you can see how quickly we make this. Now let's save the changes. And after that we can just go here and just refresh this. After refreshing, you can see that our hero section is ready. Also, this is looking great. Now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build this slider section. Okay, so now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build the slider. So for making the slider, okay, so let me show you how we're gonna build this. So first we have, you can see we have this gap here. We don't want this gap. Go to advanced, and we're gonna remove this padding from the bottom. Okay, done. Now we can add first we're gonna add a new container. Okay, so here we can just make this. Here we can write a text slide, so we can name this container. So here we can choose I think let's make the full width here. Okay, let me see. Okay, so I have just opened this here. Okay, this is full width, so I'm gonna show you how we're gonna do the step by step. So let's make this full width, and here we're gonna add this purple color first. So let's add the purple color. Okay, then inside this again we can add a container. So this container will be I think this is okay, so this is also full width, so I think yes, here we can give the main. Here we can make this full width. Sorry for the background noise, please. And now you can see inside this we can make this like this. Now we can add this button. Now let me click on this. Now we're gonna okay, so right now I think we have to choose this. So this is the icon box. Okay, so we're gonna choose the icon box here. Now we're gonna choose the icon box. Okay, we can make this like this. Here we can remove this. Here we're gonna add this some we can add this 10 from the top, 10 from the bottom. Also you can add this 20 below and bottom. Now you can see we can choose this here. Here we have to choose default. Let me choose any random icon. So you can choose any random icon like and let's choose this. Right now we are choosing this, but you can choose your icon, web design. Okay, so we are making this. Here we can make this white, and this also I think I have this icon here. I think this is the icon which we are using, so let me go here. Okay, so this is the icon. I already have this icon. Okay, we can use this. Then we can go to the content, can make this. Here we can increase the font size. Okay, just go to the box, and here we can make everything in the center. Okay, let's go to the content again, and here we can make this to 40. Okay, like this is looking good. Okay, just we can go here, and I think there is some spacing. Let's make this 0 first. Okay, so you can see now this is in the center. Now what we can do, you can see everything is done. Now I think you can see here we have the text slide, so we have to give a class to the main container. So let me give this class. I copy this. You can go to the text slide here, go to advanced, and here I will gonna give a class. Okay, just give the class. Now inside the container also go to advanced. You can see here also I have this class. So let's go to this main CSS class like this. Now you can see in the icon box, this is a one icon box. So in the icon box also I have some classes. So this is the icon item. So we can also give the same to this. Just follow the steps what I am doing, icon item. Okay, now what you have to do, you have to just duplicate this. So let's duplicate this multiple times. You have to just change the content of this. Okay, just change the content. Now we have to just go to the text slide advanced, and here you will see custom CSS. Just copy this, go to text slide advanced, and here you will have the custom CSS. Just paste it. So you can see this automatically sliding, and this will also work for the mobile. If you go, this will automatically work for the mobile also. You can see this is fully working. Just you have to make it for the mobile friendly. So for that, what I'm gonna show you that first, let me remove all of this. Okay, so for the mobile, what we can do, we can just go to the mobile first, and for fixing the mobile, so because we don't want to duplicate again and again, let's make this like this. So you can see this is done. Now let's get back here. Now let's again duplicate this. So how many you want to duplicate, you can just duplicate this. Okay, like this. So it will be, so you have to just go here, and you have to just change the content like UI UX. Okay, just change the content here. Okay, I hope you understand. Website design. Okay, so all of these are, so let's publish. Okay, so we are not required this anymore, so let me refresh this. So I will give you all of this code in the video description also. Just you have to follow the steps, and you can see how beautiful this is looking. Also we can pause this by by hovering on this mouse. Okay, so now let's go to the next section where we're gonna build this section. Okay, now let's make this section now. So for making this, what we're gonna do, we can just add a new container. You can say, just make this container. Here you can see we have this layout. So for that, we're gonna just make this. Here we can name this about. Okay, and here we can make this 1300 max width. Here we can make like this. Here we can remove this 80 pixel to the top, 80 pixel to the bottom. Okay, and we can go inside. Here we can just make it, remove everything, padding and all like this. Now you can see we have this content heading. So we can just go here, and we can add a heading. Okay, we can just copy this from here. Okay, and first we're gonna add this heading like this, and here we can make everything in the uppercase. Just increase the font size of this 45. Here we will find the line height option. This is the 1 em, this is the 1.2. Okay, and here you can see we can just copy this. Here you can see we can remove this. Okay, here you can see we have the left, and this is the right. Okay, here you can see we can make this, let's make this 40%, and for this we're gonna make this to 60%. Okay, and here I think there is some issue. 40 is done, and this is okay. I have mentioned this 40, this is not the 40. We have to make this left 140. So let's go here, and here we can make this 40, and this is the 60. Okay, this is looking good. Now we can keep some gap here, so we're gonna use the flex box for this. We're gonna give the gap of 60. Okay, now you can see we have this the thing here. So also we can go here and make this at the top. Now you can see we have this, so we can just go here, we can copy this. here, and here you can see we have to just make this here also we can make this so here we can make this uppercase, okay, and here we can make this black, okay. Also we can make this here 600, we can make this 500. Now you can see we can again add a container below, okay, like this. Now you can see we have this here, so we can just go here, copy this, we can just go here, paste this, okay. You can see access padding is there below, so we can just copy this, okay, and here also we can just paste it, just duplicate it. Also you can see we have this container, and here we can make everything in the center. Then we have this here, paste it. Here we can see we can make this 40, okay, and here we can see we have the left and right. Now we can just keep a gap here like 30 or 20, okay, like this. Now let's publish, okay. You can also go here and refresh. So after refreshing, you can see if I go below, you can see we have this working, and this is also done. You can see we can put the gap here also. We can just click on this button here, and we can just put the button of 50 like this something. Now you can see we can make this. So for making this, we are gonna use a new section. You can see I have this gap here below, okay, turned up. Now we can use this to section layout, and here I think we're gonna give the gap very less. So what we can do, we can just make this grids, okay, and here we can make this full width, remove all of this padding, and from the left and right at 10 and 10. So okay, and after that we can just go here, remove all of this and remove all of this. You can see now we have to make this, okay. Now we have to make this. So for that what we're gonna do, we're gonna use a grid here, okay. So you can see left and right, so you can see we can name this for like left, we can also name this right, okay. So for the left one we're gonna use the grid, okay. Here we're gonna use the 2x2 grid, make everything like this here, and here also we can add a new container, okay. So we can just add this container here. Here we can add the box, okay. We can just name this. Here we can add this images, okay. So the images are this, so we can just go here, this is the image, okay. And here we can just make the border radius 20, we can make the border radius 10, okay. Now we can just go here, and we can again just add a new container. Here we're gonna make the box box 2, okay. And here we're gonna make this like this, and here we're gonna make this 30, okay. Now what we have to do, we have to just add a heading here. So you can see we can copy this from here, okay. So let's copy this, just go here, and we can replace this, okay, like this. Here also we can see, here we can use the counter, so we can use a counter here like this, and here we can make this, okay. And this will say 90 plus, okay. Here we can write 90k, 90, okay. So we can write it here k plus, and here we're gonna remove this, okay. We can keep this like this. So this will have the fonts here, we can use the Anton fonts, okay. We can use the 500, let's use this 400. Also we can keep the difference here, like this. Okay, then we can just increase and decrease the size of this 90k plus. Okay, like this. And okay, here you can see we have this box too, so we can just go here and have the space between like this. Okay, and here we can use the box to border radius of 10. Okay, now we have to just duplicate this, and we're gonna duplicate this again. Now what we can do, we can just place it below. Okay, just place it below like this. At last, okay, so you can see now we can make this this section, I think this section we can make this black, and everything here we're gonna make this white. Okay, this also we're gonna make this white. Okay, so you can just make these sections, and here you can see we can change the image also. We can just choose the image like this image. Okay, this is done. Publish this once. Also you can see now this is a very simple image. Just go here, and what we can do, we can just make this right image, right one, click on this. Here you will find this image. So let me see the image here, this image, select. Okay, now we can just go here, position center, display size cover. Okay, and here you can see here we have the left and right. Okay, so here we can just make like this, and this will be 20. Okay, and for the right also we can have some border radius, like we can put this 10 here. Okay, let's see if the changes. Okay, now let's me go and check. Let's try to refresh this here, and after refreshing you can see we have this fully working like this. Okay, so now let's move to the further, and we're gonna build this our client center sections. Okay, now let's move to the section where we're gonna build this our client section. So we can just go here, and here we can add a new container. Okay, and let's add here you can see, so we can have this new container. Let's minimize this, all of this. So here we can give this let's name this clients. Okay, and here we're gonna give 1300. Here we're gonna give 80 pixel to the top, 80 pixel to the bottom. Okay, now you can see we have this, so we can just copy this from the top. Like we can copy this. Okay, let me make everything in the center. Here we can write our clients and partners. Okay, then we can just copy this. Okay, and here we can just make this like this. Here you can see we have this logo. Okay, and here we can search for the carousel widget. Okay, here we can make this one, and here also we can make this I think slide. Okay, so slide on display we can make this 4. I think okay, we have this 4, and this we can make 1. Okay, like this. Now we can just go here in the carousel. We have to remove all this padding. In the slide one also we can make this full width, remove all this padding. Okay, now let's remove the next slide. Like we can remove the next slides. Let's add an image. Okay, and here we can write this. Now let's go here, and here we're gonna duplicate this multiple times like this. Okay, that's all. We can just go here, settings, make this small, means 2000 means 2 seconds. If you want the pause and hover, pause and interaction, you can just put it there. Navigation, we don't want the arrows, only we don't want the pagination. So that's all. And you can just go to this pagination option, and here you can see we can make this like this. We can just increase the size 12. Okay, and we can have some custom spacing from the top like this. Okay, this is looking good. We can add this carousel, go to advanced, and here we can add this 30. Okay, just publish. Okay, so you can see how quickly we build this carousel slider. Now we can just go here, and here you can see in the below you can see we have these fully working slides. Okay, also you can just go here and make it slide to, so the these dots will be less. So right now you can see many dots, so let's now keep this. So now it will slide the two things, so we have the very less dots here, like this. Okay, you can see. Now let's move further. Here we have this service section, so let's build this one. Okay, so now let's make this service section. So for making this section, we're gonna again just add a new container like this, and here we're gonna write this services. Okay, we can keep this 1300, make everything in the center, remove these paddings, 80 pixel to the below and top. Okay, add. Now we can add a gradient color in this, so we can just go to the gradient. Here we can choose the white color, and we can also choose the same gradient color from the top. So you can see here I think we have this gradient, but the gradient is very less, so we can just keep this. Okay, now let me go below. Here you can see, go to this. Here you can see we have this like this, like this. So you can also choose this here radial, so it will come from the center more. Okay, like this. Now we can just go to the top. We need this heading. Okay, now let's go below. Okay, and here you can see we have grow your business service we provide. So here we can just remove this too, and here for the typography we can have this 65. Okay, and here we can just make this like this. Now we can add the line also. You can just go here and you can just place it here. Okay, you can just make this to the top. Okay, now you can see we have to make this. So for making this grid, what we can do, we can just add a grid here. Just add a grid below. Here we want the 3 by 1. Okay, here we can remove all of this spacing and all. Go to this grid. Now you can see we can add a container. Okay, and here we can choose the border, this, and here we can just make this. Okay, border radius go to the 10. Here we can make this 40. Okay, and here we have the watercolor. Now you can see we have this heading, so we can just copy this, and here we're gonna paste this, and here we can write 01. Okay, and here we can just paste this. Okay, like this, like this. Okay, so we can just change the color of this. Here we need the color this. Now you can see we have this list. So for the list we're gonna use the icon list. Okay, and here you can see we have the facialize. Okay, like this. And here you can see we can use this. Okay, here you can see we can increase the size of this like this. Let's give it 22. And here you can see we have this text and all. We can go to the text. Here we can make everything black, and here we can increase the size of this like this. Okay, now we have to just duplicate this. Go to this, and here we can duplicate this multiple times. Okay, and here we can keep some gap like this. Here we can make everything also. Here we can make this. Okay, and now you can see we have this icon, so we can just search for the icon. Just drag and drop this icon, make it below, and here we can just choose the icon which we have just. Okay, so let's choose the icon, this icon. Okay, like this, and now we can just increase the size of this. So let's increase the size of this. Okay, and here we can make this align item like this. So this is done. Now let's publish this, and also now we have to duplicate this multiple times. So here you can see the container. Let's duplicate this. Let's duplicate this. Okay, and you can go to the grid, and here you will find these options like gap, so we can keep the gap of 30. Okay, that's all. And here also we can make the gap of 20. Okay, just you have to go here one by one, and here you can just upload, change the content, and here you can just publish. Okay, now we can just go here and let's refresh it. And after refreshing, you can see we have this fully working website here like this. Okay, so you can see this section is also ready, services section. Now let's move to the next section where we will the project. Okay, now let's make the project section. So you can see we have this type of layout here. So this is layout is looking very good. This is looking bigger, but this is not much bigger. So let's go here. Here we can add the first okay, first we're gonna add this, so let's add this. Here we're gonna name this projects. Here we can write 1300 max width. Okay, and here we can just go here, and here we can just make this 80 to the top, 80 to the bottom. Okay, and here we can just make this. Okay, this is the top. Inside this we're gonna add this heading. Okay, and here in this section, okay, and here also we can just copy this now. So let me copy this here. Okay, and here we can just make this our past project. Just change the content here, like here we can change the our past project, and here we can just write here showcase, and just remove this provide. Okay, and now we can just add this notification below. Okay, so you can see everything is copy and pasting in this. Just you have to put it accordingly by using the flexbox. So in this, the main thing is the flexbox to know how to make the layouts. Okay, now just go here and we're gonna this, and you can see here we can go to the custom, and here we can just go here, and here you can see we have this button, so we can just go here and we can just copy the button from there. Okay, and here you can see here we can make this like this. Okay, so here we can change the content text of this. Let's save this one so we don't lose any changes. Okay, now you can see we have to make this. So for making this, what we gonna do, here we can see we have the project, so we can add a new container. Okay, and here we can name this main. Okay, now you can see we want these two sections, so let me remove all of this padding. Let's add one container, remove the padding. Okay, and let's duplicate this, go to main layout, and here we're gonna make everything like this. So here in this you can see so here we can write, like here we can write content, and this is for the image. Okay, now let's do one thing. Let's go to the content. We're gonna make the content to 60% and image to 40%. Okay, now we can just keep the right and left. Here we can just make this 0. Okay, and here we can just add the padding of 40. The image also we can put the padding of 40. Okay, now let's put the image in this. Here you can see we have this beautiful girl image. Damn, she's so beautiful, baby. Just kidding, bro. Here you can see we have this no, she is really beautiful. So now let's go here. You can make this here 100% also. We can add this 10 here also. Okay, okay, like this. You can see we have this option, so we can just make it here. So we can just copy this from the top. You can see Here we can just paste this. Also here you can see we have this copy thing option. We can just paste this. You can see in the Elementor everything is copy and pasting. Just you have to make a design first, and then it's like the components. You are using all the components again and again in different sections. So, and this is totally visually, means how they have built this, how these things are getting really faster and simpler. Okay, now you can see you can just go here, and here you can just go here. Okay, and also you can see the content, we can go to this and we can make everything in the center. Okay, like this. And we can also go here we can make this full width. Okay, like this. And now let's publish. Now let me show you first. Here you can see we have the content. Okay, this is the main. So this is the content. Okay, this is the main. Here we can put a border at the top. Let's choose the solid. Here we can put one, and here we can put a border. Okay, now if I go and preview it, you can see we have the border. So now we want this content. Okay, so now let's go to the main first here, and here we're gonna save this color, so we don't make again and again border color. So which things are going again and again, just save this. Now let's go to the content here, and here we can make everything in the center. Here in the left side we can make this one, and in the right side we can make this one, and we can choose the same watercolor. You can see we have this simpler. Now we can go to the image, and the image also we can just add the border in the right side like this. You can see this is also looking good. Okay, that's all. Now let's publish this. Now what we have to do, we have to just duplicate this main. So let's duplicate this again. Okay, and just duplicate this again. So now for the second main we can just make this like this. Okay, and when we have this projects here we don't need any this. Okay, so you can see this is like this. Okay, and let's publish this once, and after that we can just go here, and we can just refresh this. After refreshing, if I go below, you can see that this is working. Okay, just we have to put this at the last below. Okay, you can fully customize it according to yourself also. Okay, I'm just telling you how to build this type of layout. So I hope you understand this. So we can add this 40 margin, make this 60, and then you have to just change the content. Like you can change the content here. We have this guy. You can just go here and you can just change the content of this. Okay, like this. So let's save the changes, and after that let's try to refresh it again. Our project section is also done, and you can see, just go below, and you can see here, you can see how beautiful this is look. Okay, so you can see here we have the here, so we can just click on this, go here, border. Here we don't want in the right, we only want in the left. Okay, and the content also we don't want in the left. Okay, I think this is looking good. Okay, this is looking good. Now let's go here and we're gonna refresh this. Okay, now I think this whole section is done. Just to replace all of this content. Now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build the CTA. Okay, so let's move to the next section. So you can see that we have built the website till here. So now we have to build this CTA section. Okay, so for making that section, what we can do, we can just go here. So let's go below, and here we have to add a new container. So let's add the new container here, and here you can see that we have the background color. So let's name this section first. We can name this section CTA, and here we're gonna keep 81300 max width. Let's go to advanced, and here we're gonna add 80 pixel to the top, 80 pixel to the bottom. Then let's go to the styles, and here we can add this theme purple. Okay, so not the theme purple, we have to use this black color, I think. Okay, this black color. Now we have to enter those text. So for the text I'm gonna copy the same text from the top. So let me copy this and we're gonna paste it. Okay, and just we have to make this color white. Also we can go here and we can make everything in the center by using the flex box. So now we can change the text. So let me copy this and we can place it here. And after that we can see we have the experience here, so let's copy that also, and here we can add the experience, and here we can just go here alt text and we can add this. Okay, so you can see that this is a little bit smaller. So now let's go here and we're gonna increase the width of this. So let's keep 70 pixels. Oh, 70%, not 70. Okay, this is 70%. Okay, so now you can see that we have this. So for that we again are gonna copy this from here and we're gonna paste it. Okay, let's paste it here. Okay, so this is not getting copied, so let me copy this and we're gonna paste this. We can make everything in the center, make this white, and here we can just go here custom and we're gonna have this like this. Then you can see that we have this button. So for the button, let me make the text a little bit shorter. Now you can see that we have to make this. So let me copy this from here, or we can copy this this thing here also. So let's go here and we're gonna copy the, let's go below and we can copy this here. Right now you can see that we have this blue color. So let's fix this. So for that you can see that at first we want the blue color and this would be white, and after that we can make this like this. Here also we can make this white, and border color you can see that, okay, like this. So here you have to just change the text of this. Okay, then we can click on this button. Okay, just click on this button, advanced, and here we can add some gap at the top like 30 pixel. Let's publish. So also you can see that we have this image here. So for the image, what we can do, we can just add an image here, and after that we can just go here and here we will find this thing. Okay, then after that we can make this position absolute, and here we can make everything in this direction. We can place it by using this also. Okay, then we can just go to this full width, or we can just go here and we can just increase it like this. Okay, here we can keep 150. So this is not working. So what we can do, we can just go here, we can just go here custom, and here we can increase the width of this like this. Okay, so you can see that. Okay, so we can increase the width. So width is not increasing, so let me do one thing. We can try this max width. Let's try this max width 150. Okay, let's do one thing, let's make this here full. Okay, now if we try to increase the width of this, you can see this will still not working. Let me increase the height of this. Okay, let's try to increase the 600. Okay, now you can see that the height is working. So let me make this 5 this height. We can just make this, and you can just go to the CTA, go to advanced, and here you can go to the custom CSS, and then you can just choose the selector and make this overflow hidden. So the overflow values will be hidden like this. Okay, I'll just save the changes. Then after that, let's try to refresh it again and let's see. And after that, you can see when I go below, you can see this is looking good. Also, I find the issue that here we don't have the line, so let's quickly fix that. You can see here we have this container, and here if I go to this in the right direction, we also want the line. Okay, like this. Now we have to make this monthly and yearly plan. So how are we gonna do that? So for making this, what we can do, we can just go below, and here we can add a new container, Okay, here we can name this container pricing plans. Here we can write 1300 max width, and let's make this everything in the center. Here we can make 80, here also we can make 80. Okay, now you can see you can go here, and here you can just add this. Here also we can make this like this. Okay, we can choose this color also. Okay, like this, and here you can see we can just go here and we can again copy this from the top. So let's go back where we are. Now you can see we can easily change this. We can just click on this like this, and here we can just go here, and here we can just make this. Okay, then after that you can see we don't want the last one we provide. Okay, and here we can just make this 60. Okay, then after that we can just copy this from here, and we can make everything in the center, and here we can just make this custom. Okay, then we can just make this. Okay, then here you can see that we have the monthly and yearly. So what we can do, we can just go here and add the tabs here. So let's add the tabs here. Okay, we need only 2 tabs. So for the first one we can write monthly, and for the second one we can write yearly. Okay, then after that let's first style this one. So you can see that when these are active we don't have anything, only we have this border color. So what we can do on hover, so only on hover we need this this purple color, right? Also you can see the white color is there, and on active we are having the black color. Okay, here this is done. This is the border area. We can add the time, we can keep 8. Okay, let's go to the titles, and here you can see we have this capital. So let's go below. Here we can make this uppercase, and this would be 600. Okay, then what we can do, we can just go here, and here you can see that this is already white, and this is also gonna be white. Okay, this is done. Now let's add this inside this. So for that we can just go to the tab inside, tab 1. Okay, here we can remove all of this padding. Let's add a container. Okay, and here we can just main the full width, and this is full. Okay, then you can see that we have to make this grid. So for making this grid we can search for the grid. Okay, here we have the only 3 by 1, so we can keep this like this. Here you can see we have that on, so let's go here, and here we can just add this. Okay, now we can just make this theme black, and the border will be 10, and this would be 30. Okay, then what we can do, here you can see we have the design plan. So what we can do, we can just copy this also from somewhere. So I think we have just made something similar like this. Okay, so here you can see, so we can copy this. So if you don't want to copy, you can directly make it. So let me show you that. Here you can just drag and drop this. Also you can see we have the design plan, so let's copy this like this, and here you can see we have the caps. So first we're gonna make this purple, and here we're gonna search for urbanist font. Here we can make this uppercase, Here we can make the 600. Okay, then after that you can just go here, and here we can just add this. Okay, and here we can just make this wide. Okay, and here you can see that we have the divider here, so we can also add the divider here. So let's search for the divider. Okay, and here also you can just go here and add it like this. Okay, then you can see that we have this list item, so we already make this list here. So let me copy this. Okay, and here you can see we have to make this. Here we can just make this white. Okay, so after that you can see we have this button, so we can just copy this button here. So I will so you can see the how fast we are making website. So this is just like components which we used in React.js. So that's how it works here. You can change the content here, whatever button content you want to add. Okay, here also if you want you can increase the pricing of this, the size of this. Here we can rename this grid like a box. Okay, then after that we can just duplicate this. Okay, we want the 3 like this. So you can see the others are the white. So let's go here, and here we can make everything white. Okay, and here also we can make this black, and this also we can make everything black like this. Okay, this is done. Okay, you can just update the content here, whatever you want to show, whatever the pricing and details you have, you can just enter this. Okay, and let's duplicate this. Okay, so you can see that now this is done. Now here you can see that we have the tabs one, so we can go to this tabs between tab, distance from content. So here we can add the distance like so. Let's add the 51 here. 50 is good. Okay, now let's save the changes. Now if you check here, we don't have the border, so let's give the border also. Border type solid, and this is the 2 pixel, and here we have the black color like this. Okay, and on hover we have the solid, and this is 2, and here also we have this, and on active we have this solid, and here also we have the 2. Here also we have this purple color like this. So now you can check, this is having this color. Okay, so on the hover you can, on the active we can make this black color. Okay, I think the black will look good. Okay, so now you can see that. So this is done. Also now we have to duplicate this, because in this second tab we don't have the content, so we can just duplicate this, and we can again go here. You can just change the content, and you have to just go inside this. So when you click, all the tabs will open, and just you have to change here like content. Just change the content like yearly. Okay, in the same way you can just update the content for others. Okay, just make sure that you are changing in specific tab only, don't change other tabs data. Okay, now let's save the changes. After that we are here, and we can refresh this. So let's refresh this, and after refreshing, if I go below, you can see that we have this yearly, then we have the monthly. Okay, so in this step we can make this type of pricing tabs. Now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build other section. Okay, so now you can see that we have this custom plan section, so this is also there. So what we can do, you can see we have this main. Okay, and if I go below, we can just close it all. Okay, here we have this structure, so we can just add a new container, and here Okay, and here we can add custom plans. Okay, and here also we can just add a container. So let's add the container, and here we can just duplicate this container. So we can just go here and we can duplicate this container. Okay, now what we can do? We have to just copy this. We have to just copy this, and here we can just have this. Here we can just make this full width. Okay, and here you can see we have the for custom plan. So we can name this for custom. Okay, and here we can name this plan. Okay, here we can just add the 50. Then we have this some paragraph here, so you can remove this and add your own para. Then we can have this. Here we can make this like this. Okay, now what we can do, we can just copy this and we can paste it. Okay, then what we can do, we can just go here and here we can write book a call. Okay, book a call, and here we can just go here and we can make this black. This. Okay, so this is done. Let's see the changes. Also you can see, I think we in the custom plan we have some borders, so let's go to, by clicking that, let's go to borders here, and here we can make this one, and here we can add this border color, something like we can add this border color. Okay, and here we can just add the 30. Okay, and here we can see and make everything in the center. So now if I go below, you can see that, so you can see that for the custom plan section is also ready. Just we have to custom plan, and here we can just go here. Here we can make this 10, and let's publish it again. Okay, now you can see we have this custom plan section also ready. Now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build this client section. So now for making this client section, you can see this is the team section, work together. Okay, now let's add this. Okay, now you can see that we have this white color, so we can name this teams 1300. We can make this 80. And here we can write this work together. Okay, then what we can do, we can just go here. Okay, we can delete this, and here we can just copy this and paste it. Now we can just go to this. Here we can make the custom, so you can see we can, and here also we are having this padding. Okay, now you can see we have this grid option. Okay, now you can see we have this grid option. So so we can search for the grid here. Now you can see we can make this one here. We can also make this like this, and we can make this 30. Here you can see we have this button. So what we can do, we can just go here, and here you can see search for the button. Like this we have this, and here we can make this cover. Okay, here also we can have this 400. Okay, now we can just add this image box like this. So you can see here we have one container. So what we can do, we can just add this container. Here you can see we have the theme, or we can name member. Okay, and here we have the inner. So we can just go here member, and we can just make it like this at last. So for the member we are having this black color for this. So let me go here, and we can make this black color. Okay, also we can make this 100. Okay, so now what we can do, we can just copy this section. So let me try to copy this, if we are able to copy this or not. So let's go here. So here you can see we are able to copy, and just we have to make this white. Okay, here also we can make this completely white. Here you can see we have the inner, then we have the client. Okay, and here we can just add the, here we can just make this 21. Okay, here we can just make this in the center. So go to client, you will see the image. Okay, so you can see this is looking good. Also we have to now add this borders here. So let's go to inner. Okay, this is the member, and here we can just add 450. Okay, here go to styles, and here we can just add the border of 20. Okay, and we can remove one border here, 0, and here we can make it 7. Okay, now we can just go here, and we can just duplicate this. Okay, then we can click on this grid. Here we can make this 30. Also you can see we have this here, so we can just go here, and here we can make this like this. And also now you have to just change the content. Like we can just go here, and we can just go here, and here we can change the content. Okay, similarly we can change the content for all. Okay, so in this way we can make our team section. So you can see our team section is also ready, and here you can see we have the all members button. So for adding the button, let me show you how we can do that. We can again copy the same component. So think like we have this all types of components here. Okay, only we have to copy this again and again. Suppose we copy this from here, and here we can just paste this. Here we can just go here, and okay, and here you can see we have the view all members. So we can just go here, view all members like this. Okay, let's save the changes. Then after that we can just go here and refresh, and if you see, if I go below, then you can see we have this type of layout, and all these things are fully working. Here we have the thing also. Okay, so this section is also ready. Now let's move to the next section, where we're going to build this client feedback section. After making these two sections, what we can do, we can just so this website is a little bit longer, but it is very much beginner friendly. If you want to learn how to make this type of website, you can practice this. Okay, so this website I make only for the practice who want to learn, so they can follow along these tutorials and make this website. Okay, so now you can see we have this here, and we can write here reviews. Okay, and here we can just remove this, add 80 pixel to the top, 80 pixel to the bottom. Okay, now we can just go here, and here we can make this 40%. Here also we can make this 60%. Okay, now we can just copy this, and here we can just copy this client. Okay, client feedback. Okay, now we can just go here. Okay, now we have to add an image below that. Okay, so the image is this laptop one, so we can just copy this. Okay, and here we can just make this 20. Okay, whatever you want to make, like I want to make this. Okay, this is looking good. Now you can see we have to make this slider. You can see this whole cards are sliding, not the inner one. Okay, so for making this we have to do a trick. So here we can write left, so we can name, and here we can write main reviews. Okay, so let's remove this. Then we can just go here, and here we can just make this 60 pixel. Here you can see we have the main reviews. Okay, then after that we have to add a carousel widget here. So let's add the carousel widget. Here the one, and here also you want to show the one only. Okay, then we can just go here and search it for. So now you can see that we don't want these other slides, we only want the one slide at a time. So now if I go here, slide. Okay, and we can also drag and drop this. Okay, then we can make this 30, and here we can make everything white. Okay, and here you can see we can make this 20. Then we can search for the rating. Okay, then we can just go here. Then again we can just go here, and we can just make this. Okay, now you can see that we have this so you can see we have the review, and we can have the full width here. Also you can see we have the main review here also. Okay, now let's see. Here you can see we have to copy this. Okay, here we can just make this inspect, and here we can make everything in the center. Okay, and here we can just make this. Okay, and here you can see we can just go here. Here we have to just copy this text. I think I'm not able to copy this text. This is sliding. So let's do one thing. Let me use any dummy here. So let me use this. Okay, here like this. We can keep this arrow. Okay, and here we can keep this too. Then we can see we have this. So for that, what we can do, we can just copy this. Okay, and here we can just paste it here. Also we can just drag and drop this. So for this also, what we can do, we can just use this image box. So let's use this. Okay, we can make it like this. Here we can just use any random image. Suppose I want to use this image. Okay, and here we can just make the border radius like this. Okay, let's make this smaller. And also we can just play with the height of this. Okay, now you can see we have this David Moraes, and here we can write anything like anything. We can let's name the designation only. It's he is the producer, suppose co-founder or something. Okay, so here you can see we have this, and here we can use the urbanist font only, and we can just make increase and decrease the size of this. Okay, like this. Okay, and here we can just make this theme black. Okay, and here we can just go to this, and here we can make this 0. Okay, like this, and we can just go to the images. Okay, and here we can just play with it and make this a little bit smaller. Okay, and here we can make this in the center like this. Okay, now you can see that here we have this icon. So for the icon, what we can do, we can just search for the icon here. Okay, and here we can just search for the quote. Or we can search for the quotes like this. Okay, and here you can just see theme purple. Okay, we can also make this absolute. Suppose we want to make this absolute. Okay, so now we can just place it here. Here we can make this 30. Here also we can make this 30. Okay, so this is looking good. Also we can just publish this. Okay, now you can see that we have this carousel slide. This is the main container, so we can just add this 40 also. Okay, and here also we can increase this thing. Okay, if you want, we can also play with this height, so we can just increase and decrease the height of this. You can see, if you want to keep same, you can just go here and you can keep it same like this. Okay, so these are 458. So that's it, first slide is ready. Now we can just duplicate the other slides. So you can see we have these dots below. Just duplicate this multiple times, how many slides you want, and here we can add the slide time, scroll speed. Okay, here if you want to enable pause on our pause and interaction, you can enable it, disable this. Here you can have the navigation, just remove the arrows. We don't want the arrows, we only want the dots here. Okay, now let's wait for it a little bit. Okay, so you can see now we can just go to the pagination. Here you can see we have the size option, just make it 12. Here also we can make this purple. Okay, we can have some custom position here also, like this. Okay, like this. Okay, so this is done. Now let's publish. After that, what we can do, we can just wait for it, and let's go here and we're gonna refresh this. And after refreshing, you can see that when I go below, you can see that this client form is also looking very nice, and you can see how beautifully we have made this feedback form. We can also scroll this by using this mouse. Okay, like this. Okay, now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build this block. So now for making the blocks, what we can do, we can just go here. We can just add this. Okay, here we can rename these blocks. Here we can type 1000. Here we can name it like this. Okay, here you can see we have this project order, it is below. Here you can see we can add one more container. Okay, we can remove all of these paddings and all. Now we can add the two container inside this. Okay, we can just remove everything and we can just duplicate this here. Okay, now here also we can make this top, go to the layout and make everything in the center, make the start. Okay, now you can see that. So what we can do, we can just make this 60% and this 40%. Now we have to just copy this. So we only are making components on the one time and we are using again and again. That is the power of the element that you have to make. And also this is very jiggle-less, not very lagging and all. This runs very smoothly. So you can see we are making the whole website how fast. Now you can see we have this button. So for adding the button we can just copy this. Okay, and here we can just paste it. Okay, now you can see we have the top and we can just make everything in the center like this. Here we can write that read all articles. Here we can write read all articles. Okay, like this. That's it. Let's publish. Now we have to make this grid. So you can see here we have too much spacing in the original design, but I'm going to show you how we have the less spacing here. So you can see we have the top, and inside the top let's click on the blocks. Here add a new container, so it will add the container below. Here we can write blocks grids. Okay, here we can just make it like this. Okay, now we can just add a new grid. Okay, here we can make this one. Here we can just add this container. Okay, and here we can just make this image, and here also we can make this okay, and here also you can see we have the border radius of 10. Okay, here we can just so here you can see we can make this full width. Okay, and also you can see that here we have the learn more button. So for that what we can do, we can just add a button here. Okay, and here we can just search for the button learn more. Here we can search for the arrow like this. Okay, and here we have the background color. So here we can make this theme purple. Okay, and here we can make this uppercase. Okay, and here also you can see we have the padding option. So let's remove all of this padding, and here we can just make this 500, or we can make this 600. Okay, let's make this 700. Okay, so you can just increase and decrease the size. I think this is looking good. Okay, this is looking good. 16 pixel. Also we have this hover color on black, and we can choose so many animations. So let's choose the bob animation like this. Okay, so this is looking good. Okay, so you can just increase and decrease whatever you want. Okay, I think this is looking good, and we can just increase and decrease the layout upper bit. And okay, so you can see this is done. Now you can see we can have this hover effect also. So we can just click on this image, then go to hover, and here you will find hover animation, and here we can choose so many animations. So let's choose the bob animation. This is done. Now let's go to this here you can just name this box or any grid order. Then here we can duplicate this 3 times, how many times you want to duplicate. Okay, then go to grid. Here you can see we have the gaps, so let's keep the gap of 30. Okay, so this is looking good. Now let's see. Here we have to change the content only, our latest articles. Okay, here we can just go with this, your latest. Here we can name this articles. Okay, so you can see everything is done. Here you can add the link to your main blog page. Okay, so now let's try to refresh it here. After refreshing, you can see that we have this fully working website. You can see every whole sections are fully working, and we have successfully built this hero section, means home page. Now let's go further, and we're gonna build this footer and the header. Okay, now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build this footer. Okay, so for making the footer, you can see we have this templates option. Let's go to theme builder. Okay, and we're gonna make this same footer. You can see at first we have this, then in the second one we have this. Okay, so this is a little bit complex, but I'll show you how we're gonna do that. Let's click on this footer, and it will add a new footer for us. So let's go and wait for it to open. Okay, so I think Elementor is really powerful. I hope they will add some more features like which are required. Okay, little features. They should add the WooCommerce compatibility like filters, so we can make filters also. Here you can see. So first we're gonna make this below footer. Okay, here copyright in this. For that we're gonna make a new the footer bottom. Okay, and here you can see we have this 1300. Here also we can make this like a theme black. Okay, and here also we can make this like this. Here we can add 80 pixel to the top, 80 pixel to the bottom. So you can see here we have 1 2 3 4 boxes. So first we have to add a new container. So this is the menu. Okay, then we can duplicate this, and this is the copyright. Okay, this is the copyright one. Okay, so this is the menu, and inside the menu we have to add 4 containers. Okay, here we can see we have this one, and we can just duplicate this. Okay, we can name this 2, can name this 3, can also name this 4. Now you can see we have this menu. Click on the layout, and we can just make it like this. Okay, now you can see we have this one logo. So we can search for the icon list, like drag and drop this. Here we can search for any random logo, like we can search like this, choose this. Here you can write Vix digital, and here also we can make this purple color. Okay, let's increase it, and for the title we can make this white, and here also we can increase this. Okay, here we can search for the Anton. Okay, and here we can just make this theme purple. And after that you can see we have the lorem ipsum. So we can search for this lorem ipsum. Here we can make this. Okay, and here we can make this like here we can make this like okay, so we can search this only. Let's choose this only. Okay, and here we can make everything smaller, they are too big. Okay, like this. And here also we can search for list, drag and drop this below. Here we can make like contact at virexdigital.com, and here we can search for the envelope. Okay, and here we can just search for the plus 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, and here we can search for the phone. Okay, and here also we can search for anything like what Okay, so we have only added this, so let's keep the two only. We don't want this, so you can see now we can go to the icon here. We can make this theme purple and we can just increase this. Okay, here we can just make this here. We can make everything white, and here we can just increase the size of this. Okay, like this. And here also let's publish this one so we don't lose any changes. So let's see, let's try to refresh it here. Our website is arriving up. If I go below, you can see this is coming. Okay, now we have to light this useful link, so let me add this here, and here we can write useful links. Here also we can give this to urbanist. Okay, here we can just make this 600, or we can make this white. Okay, here also you can see we can make this. Okay, here we can search and make this little bit bigger. Okay, like this. Here we can just go to menu. Here we can add the gaps, like we can add the gap of 50, 60, like this. Then you can see here we have the menu, so we can search for the list here. Okay, here we can search for the home, about services, blog. So here we can just okay, so here you have to just name all of this, whatever you want to name. Like here we can add the home, here you can add your another links like about, okay, services, and you can put the pages link here. Okay, just you can put the pages link, and here you can search for like this. Here you can see all of these sections, so you can just make this and go to hover, add this color also like this. Okay, let's save the changes. So now you can see that we have these useful links here, so you have to just update these links. Okay, then after that you can see we have this Instagram, so for that we can just copy this text here and we can paste the text here, and we can also rename this. So let's rename this here Instagram, and you can see here we have the gallery type widget. So for that what we can do, we can just go here and here we can search for this gallery. Okay, and here we can select all the images which are required. Suppose we want this image, this. Okay, so we can just 3, 4, 5. Okay, we can select some random images, then we can create a new gallery here. So you can see here we have the grid 4, so we can make it 3, and here you can choose accept ratio, like we can choose 1 and 1. Okay, like this. Okay, so this is done. Here you can also expand this length like this, so it has this, and we can also make it like this. Okay, so you can fully extend according to you. Now let's publish this. Also you can see that here we have joined newsletter. For that we can also give some spacing here, like we can give here 30, and we can also give here 30. Okay, and here you can see we have this, then we can go here, then we can add it here, join our newsletter, and here we can just make it uppercase. Okay, and now you can see we have this, so we can just go here and we can again paste it here. Okay, then you can do it like this. Also you can see that we have the form here, so we have the form. Okay, then we can have the email, and here we can make this okay, so you can make the smaller and bigger. So now we can just go here, and here we can do it like this, submit. Okay, here you can see that we have this submit button, so let's go to the buttons. Here you can see we have the background color, we can make this purple, and also we can make this 600, and okay, you can make it here, and you can see we can, if you want to change this text, suppose you want to change the text, we can go to fields, here content, fields. Here you can see we have the placeholder, so we can just write enter your email address. So whatever you want to add, you can just add it here. Okay, then we can go to this field option, and here we can just make this color black. Okay, here also we can make this 500. Okay, so in this way, and we can also, okay, so you can see this is looking good. Now let's publish this again. Okay, now you can see we have this copyright. So for the copyright, what we can do, we can just go here and we can search for the list, and we can just drag and drop it here. Okay, here you can see we have to search for the copyright icon. So we can search for it, this copyright icon. Okay, and here we can write copyright 2025 virus digital, all right reserved, and here we can make this in the center. Okay, and here also we can add 30, and here also we can add 30. Let's make them white. Also we have to make this white. Okay, you can see, now you can see we have this. So what we can do, we can just go here and we can remove the padding from the below. So let's remove the padding from the below. You can see this is looking good. Only if you want, you can just add some more padding in this, so you can play with it. But okay, so you can just check it. Okay, so this is looking good. I think there is some line. So for the line also, what you can do, you can just go here you can see the border, make it solid. Here we can make this, and this is the border color we are using. So let's see, you can see we have this beautiful line here. So also we can go to this copyright here, and we can make this to 20 40. Okay, and you can see this is looking good. Okay, let's publish. Also you can see that we have this let's talk with this button. Okay, let's talk with this full section remaining. So what we can do, we can just add a new container at the top. Okay, just add the new container. Okay, like this, and here we can make this footer top. Okay, and here we can just write 100. Let's try this. Okay, so inside this let's first go here and we're gonna remove all of these paddings. Then inside this we can add a new container. Okay, then you can see here we have this color, so we can just add this color. Okay, now let's change this color a little bit so we have some visibility. Okay, like this. Okay, then what you can do, you can use the same black color also, but I am just using a little different color this time. So we can add this 30. Okay, then you can see we have this so we can just go here, and here we have the border radius of 20. Okay, then what we can do, we can just search for the list. Okay, and here you can see we have this web design and graphic design, so we can search for this web design, and here we can just add the web design. Okay, here we can just use in the random icon for right now, and also we can just duplicate this and we can change the name and all. Okay, now let's go to the container here, and we can make everything in the center. Okay, and we can make everything in the center. Now just we can make this 14. Then we can also make this like white. Okay, and here also you can see we have this blue color, so let's go to this, and here we can make this blue color. Okay, then you can see everything is done. Now you can see we have this talk with us. So what we can do, we can just go here, add a heading here, and here we can just copy this and paste it. Then we can just go here and make it white, and here we can just increase the font size. So let's increase like this. Okay, then you can see we can publish this. Then we have this contact now button. Also you can just make this button again. Okay, you can also copy this, but right now I don't have any other page open, so I'm just making it. Okay, so you can see we can use the arrow here like this, and we can make it here. Now you can see the background type, we can use the theme purple. Okay, and you can just make this 15, 30, 15, and here we can make this 30. Okay, and here you can see we have the typography, and we can make the 600. Okay, and here also we can make this 100. Then we can make this like this. Okay, then also you can see we have the footer top. This is the container, and here we have the EM value. Okay, and this is the footer bottom, so we can also have this 150. Okay, and here you can see we can make this the index that 10. Okay, like this. You can just change the color of this if you want. Also you can just add some box shadow here. You can see you can just add some box shadow. Okay, now let's refresh it here. After refreshing, if I go below, you can see our footer is looking good. I think we can play with the spacing and also you can customize it. Now you can see we have to make this header. So for making the header we need some menus here. So let's go to the panels, and first we can add some menu. Okay, let's add the menu now. Okay, now let's create the menu. Here we can add it for the header. Okay, then we can add these pages. Here you can see about services projects, so here we can just go here, and here we can search for the about. Okay, then we can search for the services. Here we can search for the projects. Okay, pricing testimonial. Here we can search for the pricing. Testimonials. Also we can search for this contact. Now let's save the menu. Okay, now you can see, let's keep it open so we can do the phone part also. So you can see for making this header, what we can do, we can just go to the templates here, symbol, open this. Okay, and these are the CSS ID. You can see we are using the CSS ID here, so this we're gonna use for linking to a section. So let's add this header. Okay, so for making the header we need this. Here also we need this logo, that's why I keep opened it. Then we can add this, so you can copy and paste from different section of your website. Okay, then you can see here we can make everything in the center. I think here we have this. Okay, then you can see here we have the menu, so we can search for this menu. Okay, sometimes it don't work, so what we can do, we can just place it like this. Then we can go here, and again we can make this like this. Okay, now you can see we have this. So we can search for the text only, and this will be none. Okay, and here you can see we have this full width, and this is in the center. Okay, and here you can see First we have to make this color black, and here you can make this 500. Transform this to uppercase. Okay, and here you can see we can make this theme purple, and here also we can make this theme purple. Okay, like this. Okay, let's make this entire site. Here you can see we have the let's talk button, so we can just use this button here. Okay, and we can just click on this. Okay, here I think we have this margin value. Here we can just change the name of this. Okay, so you can just change the name of this. Let's talk. You can just make this uppercase. Okay, then we have this header, and we can make this completely white. Okay, and here you can see we can put the animations, like we can make this black, we can make this white, and this we have the bob animation. Okay, and also we can make this sticky. We can go to advanced motion effect, and we can make this sticky at the top. Okay, let's publish. Then you can see our header is also live here, and also this is looking very good. Okay, so you can see that we have successfully built our whole website. You can see our website is looking awesome. Now let me show you how we're gonna do the mobile part. Okay, so I'm gonna first explain you how to do the responsiveness, then we're gonna shift to animations. Okay, so for making the animation, what we can do, let me show you. So let's do the animation in this first section. So I will show you the basic animation how we're gonna do in this Elementor and the WordPress. So you can see here we have this animation. So let's open this. Also you can do the mobile part like this. So you can see here we can just make it in the center. Here we can just play with the size of this. Okay, you can just go here and play with that. Okay, you can just make it. Then here also we can make this smaller, make this in the center. Here also we can make this like this. Okay, so here you can see footer top, so we can just add here 10 and 10. Okay, if I go to the footer menu, here you can see we have 130, this is 20, and this is 20. Okay, so you can see here we have this gallery. So gallery for the phone also we can make this 3 columns. So you can see here also everything is looking good. Okay, so this is already looking great. So you can see how quickly we do the responsiveness for the footer. Now let's do for this. So in the mobile we don't want to show this button, so let's click on this button, go to advanced. Here in the responsiveness, just hide it from the tablet and this. Okay, now you can see we have this. Okay, just to go to this drop down, and here you can just okay, first go to the toggle button. Here you will find, okay, so you can just change whatever color you want. Also on the hover you can make this black like this, and on the drop down you can see we have this okay, so you can just make it here white. Okay, you can just make it here white. Okay, let's publish. So this is also responsive. You can see how quickly we do the responsiveness. So similar way we're gonna do the responsiveness for this home page. I think home page is not loaded, so let me close this again. Let me close this header and footer also, because we already do the responsiveness part of that. Okay, now let me go here and open this. You can see let's do the responsiveness first. So if you want to do the response, you can see we can just go to the hero. Here you can just keep it 60, 20, 60 and 20. Okay, just avoid this below. Okay, then here also you can just make this full width, and here also you can just okay, here you can see, so you can see here we have this. Okay, so this is looking good. I think there is some. Okay, then you can see here we can just make it like this. Okay, so you can see this is looking good. So this is automatically good, looking good. As so you can just play with that. Here you can just increase the height so that you can see this is, you can see this is also working. Now we can just go here, here this is very fast, so for that you have to just make this duplicate. Okay, so this is still very fast, so let's me go here. Here you can see we have some CSS, and the CSS for the mobile it's 3 seconds, so we can make this 30. So you can see, you can just change the value here, so it will become slow. So this is only for the mobile marquee fix, so you can just try this. Okay, so now let's go here. You can just do this smaller. Here you can make this 60, 20, 60 and 20. Okay, so you can see everything is looking good. Here we can just go here 60, 20, 60 and 20. Okay, and here we can make this. Okay, and here we can just okay, and here we can just make it like this. Here you can increase the size of this. Okay, like this. Then we can click on this. Here also we can make this a full width. Okay, and here you can see we can make this 20. Here also you can just go here, and here also you can just make this smaller. Okay, like this. Okay, so you can just do it similar for all. Just copy this and paste this here. Here we can copy this. Here also you can make this smaller. Let's publish. Okay, so in the similar way we have to do it for all. You can see everything is here, so we can just go here. Here also we can do the same 60, 20, 60 and 20. Okay, you have to just make sure everything is looking good in mobile. So like this, you can just check this, just make the width smaller. Okay, like this. And this also we can make this full width. Here also we can make this start. Okay, here also we can make this 20. Okay, so in this way you have to make the 20 for all. Okay, let me quickly make this. Here we can also make this 20. Here also make this 20. Okay, so in the similar way you have to just do it for all these boxes. Okay, here you can see we have this, so we are not going to show this in the mobile. So let's go to the responsibility and we're going to hide this from this. Okay, now you can see we have the CTA, and you can just go to this animated headline, and you can just check it here 50. Okay, and here for the text editor we can make this, where we can make this 60. Okay, make this like this. Then here we can make this. Okay, and here you can just make this custom. Okay, you can see, and here also we can just make this full width. Here you can see these are the tabs. So right now if I go to the additional settings, you can see here we can disable this, and let's make this none, so it will look guys. Okay, so everything is looking good. You can see, but probably this one's here also. We can make this 20, and this we can just make the 50. Okay, and here you can just make this like this. Here also you can see we have this 60 and 60. And here also make this 50. Now you can see here, you can see we have this. So what we can do, we can just see the client. Here you can see with the image and all. So for this we can just play with the width of this. Okay, here we can keep it 100, or we can keep it 200, and we can keep it 150. So 150 is working. So in the same way you can just copy this and paste it for all. Paste this for, paste it here also. Okay, so you can see this is looking good. Then here the client feedback. Okay, so here we can just go here, and here we can just make this 20, 60. कहाँ इसको ले जा मैं 20. Okay, and here we can make this 45. Here we can just go to the carousel, light container, and we can make this 20. Okay, and here also we can just make this smaller. Here like this. Here also we can make this like this. Let's make the images. Okay, so in this way you can do it for other style slides also. So for that what we can do, we can just check here, like we have this height, so we can just keep the height 300. Okay, now you can see we have the carousel. Just remove the rest and just duplicate this again. You can see this is done for all. Okay, publish. I know this website is a little bit long, but if you make the full website step by step, you will better understand how to make this type of website using Elementor. Here we can try 50. Here we can make this custom. Okay, and here we can make this. Okay, next you can see everything is looking good. Okay, this is the okay, and now I think mobile part is also done. Okay, now let's go to the top, and I will show you some basic animation. Suppose you want the animation in this, so we can just click on this. So you can add the animation everywhere in the widget, heading, text, anywhere. Suppose you want to add the animation here, just click on this, go to advanced. Here you will find this motion effect. Here you can see we have this option, so much animations are there. So let's me choose the zoom in animation. Okay, here we can set how far the animation, and here we can set the delay time. So this is the 50. After 50 seconds it will come. Then we have to add the animation in this motion effect. Here we can add the sliding up. Here we can add this. Here this will come after 100. Then we have the BTN boxes. Okay, and here also we can add the animation sliding up. This will come out. Okay, so in this way you can put all of this animation everywhere, like this only. Okay, so also let me show you, these are the CSS IDs. So let me show you how we can redirect this. Suppose this is our about section, so we can just click on this, and in the CSS ID you can write about. Similarly, you can see we have the services. So we want, suppose we want to make this as a service, we can just go here, and here we can write we can go to class, and here we can write services. Okay, so in the similar way you have to just put all the CSS IDs to their respective section. Okay, so now let's check the final website once. So let me remove this pricing. Okay, after that you can see the animations are also working. Okay, and if I click on the about, it is taking me to the about. Similarly for the services. Okay, services is not working, I think. I check here, you can see we have the SCR. Okay, this in the CSS class. We want to put this in the CSS ID. Okay, then we can refresh it again. We can refresh it again by clicking on this. Then we can just click on the server, it will go to the server. So in the similar way you can just make everything for other. Okay, so now let me show you how you can just add this scroll to the buttons. For that we're gonna use any plugin. So just click on the plugin. Okay, then you can see the plugin will open. Okay, let's wait for it. Then go to add plugins. Okay, then you can see WP front scroll. Okay, and here you can see we have this here we have this plugin installing. Let's wait for it. Then we're gonna activate this. Here you can see we have this enabled option, auto hide, and here we can hide on WP admin. Here you can see you can choose so many icons are there. So let me choose this icon so it will be visible. Here you can see all of this. Here you can also choose from the media gallery. Okay, so you can see so much options are there for the customization. Let me remove this. Then after that let's see the website final time. You can see the animations are working. This is also working. Sticky is working. Scroll down button is there. Okay, let's check the mobile part. Then you can see mobile part is also very good. You can see all the sections are fully responsive. Okay, so I hope you understand how to make this type of awesome website using Elementor and the WordPress. I know this video is a little bit long, but if you follow along with me, you will learn how to make this type of awesome website. You can see here we have the toggle button, and this is also taking to the respective section, means all the links are working. Okay, so we have successfully completed all of our project. So I hope you understand how to make this type of awesome website using the Elementor and the WordPress. If you want to buy this kit, all the links are in the video description. Also we sell Elementor Pro. If you want to buy, all the links are in the video description. And also we are giving the images for free. You can check out the description. Okay, so if you are new to our channel, please support our channel, like and share our videos with your friends. Okay, and I'm gonna see you next time.